How
I
is
have
everyone?
time.
Hmm.
I have time.
Okay.
I can continue as well.
Okay.
So I'm starting to
Alex.
wonder if it might have been that original fourth person that was supposed to be part of group two.
I don't remember anyone's schedule. I was running around trying to make sure schedules matched, and it has been a crazy month prepping this. So at this point, I'll
Yeah.
just say maybe it was a user error there. I've had a couple of them. So as far as it goes, they eventually kind of wave you to approach, and they seem to be trying to communicate names as near as you can tell. The one that brought you here seems to be trying to communicate his name is Hammond, perhaps Haman. Not quite sure the pronunciation. A little odd.
So I'll just point at him and do my best to repeat.
And he bows.
Then I nod, and then I'll point at myself and say my name.
Okay.
I do the same.
Okay.
Point at myself and say James.
Kind of looks a little odd at that
Davenier,
name.
pleased to meet you.
Looks a little odd at James. Very short name.
I am Davenier the cleric, may a dancer extraordinaire.
Lord
Completely
of Dance.
understanding you as far as longer name. Like, yes, repeats it very fluidly.
Hammond
Your
isn't
common
that
tongue is excellent.
fun?
Not really. He copies, but it's clear he has no clue what you mean by it. But he understands the phonetics behind your speech.
Okay.
If you understand what I mean.
Yes.
Okay. He gestures to the older creature sitting in front of you. It has a rather long nose, almost beak-like, and a clawed hand. He says Krant and some other stuff that you're not quite able to gather.
And I get the general meaning.
Give me that linguistics check again.
I don't got it, but I have Draconic and Orc.
Okay.
You
I'll
think
attempt.
it's possibly a leader title that he's trying to give?
I'll attempt that knowledge. Sorry, that linguistics check.
Sure.
I'd like to point out that both Hammond
Not a clue.
and Krant
Not a
is
clue.
shorter than James.
Yes. Something interesting there you'll have to figure out. Anyway, so they kind of speak at you for a little bit. I'm pretty sure it becomes clear that none of you are quite able to tell what he says.
After like a minute, I like hold up my hand, and I just point at my ears and just shake my head at him.
The older one just kind of sighs and reaches over to one of the shelves and pulls out an empty scroll and walks across the room to where the oven is, pulls out a stick with charcoal at the end, and comes back. And he draws you a rough map. Okay?
Mhm.
This map seems to suggest going west, possibly over here. And then he tries to depict a circular structure.
Hmm.
Nope,
I
that one was bad.
I give him the OK symbol by raising my thumb.
Mhm.
Thumbs up.
You have to be careful though, because in Brazil, that's a swear word. We're not sure what kind of culture.
I,
Yeah.
I just nod at him,
Okay.
like slightly like a very
He bows to
slight
you.
bow.
He
And then
then
once he's
also
done,
reaches under the desk into one of the drawers and pulls
And
out
just to counteract.
some copper coins. And then he, kind of elbows Hammond. And Hammond reaches into a pocket, and reaches into another pocket, reaches into a belt pouch, pulls out a piece of vegetable, you're not sure, possibly a carrot,
okay.
and holds it out to the elder. The elder passes him the copper coins, and he passes the piece of carrot to the elder, and the elder eats it.
So there's a store over that way.
No, I think that's their habit of passing over copper coins with food when
Yeah,
they.
that's called trade. What you do at stores.
Well, they have trade.
He goes back to speaking to Hammond, and Hammond bows to him, and then gestures to you all to follow.
Well,
Uh,
those
just to-
100.
Just to
Those
counteract the OK symbol, I give them the finger. So we're sure that we did something good.
As long as you do it with a smile, I mean, that's the
Yeah.
important thing.
I mean, to be fair, body language is what matters. So
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
And
in
then-
a
Okay.
shared culture.
I've still got those 100 copper pieces on me, so I just pull out a few and show him the copper pieces, and then shrug my shoulders as if to say, while pointing, "Have you got anything?"
He gestures you to follow Hammond.
Okay.
We follow Hammond.
Okay.
We follow him.
Hammond walks outside and around the building and takes you over to what can, I guess, be called a stall. There is a bit of a counter space. There is definitely some butcher space behind it. And you see meat in 4 different styles. There is cooked, there is raw, there is uncooked, and there is dried.
I head towards the dried meat.
Is it salted and dried, or is it just dry?
It is jerkied at this point.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll have some of that, please. Keep that
they
in my pocket
they
for later.
gather a portion. That's enough for at least 2 people to eat for one meal. And they gesticulate, and you believe they're asking for about 5 coins.
You're
Can I
not 100
buy-
and buy all of it.
You just give them 500 coins.
Oh, yeah, you can carry all the food then as well. That's fine. Yep.
It's 5 for 2 people for a day. So if we want 5 days worth for 4 people.
Yeah, but let's not be too hasty at this point. We might need this, let's say, in a journey if we decide to explore, let's say, the forest or any other part. And at this moment, we currently don't want to. If we need to, we can come back later and get it from here.
Did I
Hammond,
manage to?
Hammond interrupts you all as you're all kind of debating and trying to give a bag of coins to them. And he selects a bunch of meat, perhaps enough for 3 days, and then counts out a couple coins and looks to you like, eh?
I give them the amount of coins.
There we go. They gesture to a couple more coins than you thought. It looks like they're looking for more. Let's see here. It's 4 days, 4 people, 3 meals, 3 or 2 meals a day. Quick pull out my calculator.
Well, do we have to have 3 meals a day? Because I'm not really a breakfast person, to be honest.
We're gonna say
It's more
times
about the
2.
calorie intake.
We could also attend to survival of the stuff around there, like, ants or stuff.
Tubers,
Mhm.
edible foliage.
Yes.
So it looks
One of
like
those
in
lizard
total,
creatures.
they're looking for about 96 coins for food for 4 people for 4 days at 2 meals a day.
I can say,
So,
hand them the 100 coins and be done with it.
They specifically
It's sort of-
count out the coins and give you 4 back.
nice.
Okay, I take the 4 back.
Hmm.
Damn right, you take the 4 back. They didn't break any ice and clean a load of dead people off them to harvest those coins. God damn it!
Jeez. All right. They're quite happy to bundle. They even give you a sack to carry it all in.
More sacks for later.
It's very
Sack,
important to have
good.
sacks.
Can I have a sack as well, please? Because like I just feel like I need one and
Need
missing
something
my
at this
backpack.
point.
Very well, you may take my sack as well and carry it back.
Well, how about I carry that very familiar, comfortable-looking backpack that you're wearing on your behalf?
Hold on a
Hammond
second.
looks a little confused as you're all kind of arguing between yourselves, and
Oh,
I
crap.
just-
seems to kind of catch
As
on
do-
your debating about carrying stuff. And he reaches forward and touches the backpack on Zach, and gestures at it, kind of pointing this.
Okay, I'm gonna put everything inside my backpack if I can fit them all.
I mean, he's holding onto the backpack right now, so I mean,
Okay.
Why?
He's
why
pointing
is he
at it.
gesturing?
Okay.
Has he seen another one like it?
kind of reaches into a pocket and pulls out coins.
Oh, he wants it. Oh no.
Or you
Hmm.
want to sell us one.
Oh, do you want
I,
to sell us one? Mm.
Well, we're in a trading situation,
Yes.
and we're.
I
he's-
tried-
Look, we're
Mhm.
discussing carrying capacity, and then he
Wow.
starts pointing at the backpack.
So I look at him and I point at the backpack and I kind of make like an opening gesture to kind of like indicate more.
He nods his head and, starts walking away, going to the
Oh,
east side of the
fantastic.
village.
Hey, there we go. We can get some stuff.
I follow.
Okay.
I think he. We're very close to the dragon. I just noticed, but I think he might have found some of our backpacks from the beach. Like my
Or
backpack's been
they
missing
might
for ages.
Have backpacks. They might just have backpacks they
Mm.
made.
What local hand
Do
woven?
you think these barbarians have backpack
Backpacks?
making capabilities?
I think that's a shame to the profession of barbarian. Thank you very much, sir. I knew some
Okay.
very fine men back in my
Alright.
day.
Savages then.
Okay, so they takes you over to one of the
Sorry, man.
buildings that seems to be. Well, it's rather open to the air, though there are walls there. There's gaps between the wall and the ceiling, and it doesn't smell the best in this area.
Hmm.
Very foul.
Oh, is it a tanning area? Are they drying skins?
and he
things like that?
kind of goes into the door and kind of waves you to follow.
Oh, I hate the smell of tanning. It's like
I follow.
it sits on the back of your throat.
You are in a
Someone-
tanning shop. There's a bunch of leather nearby, and
Sorry. That smell is. If you smelt it, it's rank.
he holds up a backpack for you. Rather, okay one. Not anything particularly good about it.
Okay. Can I nod and look down my nose and be like, anything better?
Do I
I do
recognize the
know.
backpack?
I do a little shimmy of my head.
Let me see. Does he get that? He reaches over and grabs one of a little bit better quality. Kind of,
Ooh.
Oh look, you want a backpack. If you want, you can buy one.
It is definitely a masterwork backpack.
Oh, a very good one.
What does that mean? A masterwork backpack?
It is way more expensive than the regular backpack.
Is that one of the ones we came with? Do you think?
No.
No.
Oh, it's a new one.
It is
How much is
clearly
it?
it is clearly made of partially used orc skin and some other skin you do not recognize.
Oh, it could belong to an animal that we might meet on the island, and because we've got a dead skin of its relative on there, it might attack us.
It's
When
gonna
you're,
attack
when
us
you're
anyway.
out walking in the wilderness of England, do you usually meet animals that attack you because you're wearing leather? Like, oi, that's my cousin, you bastard.
I was gonna say, even in the American Midwest, where there's literally hordes of wild boar, I don't think that'd happen.
As long as it's not
You
dragon
don't
skin.
know.
I mean, can anyone identify what kind of skin was on this creature? What kind of skin this creature was? What kind
I
of
can't-
skin this bag was before it was
No.
just a bag?
No.
I was gonna say, I don't think we have the availability of being picky.
Yeah, we don't have the ability to be picky at this point. Let's just take it and see how much they ask for it.
All right,
Eh.
because the smell's so bad. Can
So-
I just ask how many coins is this?
I will deodorize it using prestidigitation. It now smells like lavender.
Oh, it's very nice. As far as price,
Oh god.
he's a little bit shocked
Yeah.
with the spell and the change in scent. But,
Oh yeah,
kind
that
of shrugs it
literally
off,
happens in front of him because I don't
And-
care.
holds it up,
Yeah.
and kind of mimes putting coins away, and then a working motion such as digging something, perhaps.
Okay. Gonna become a slave for how long? Can I do a little? Can I do a little shruggy motion and point? Like I point my finger out of the hut, and I do the same action him as back. So like I dig back to him, like, but I'm shrugging my shoulders, like.
He kind of puts the backpack down and comes over to you, and puts, hand on the scimitar that you have at your waist, and kind of like
We have a spare
Eh?
one. We have a spare one. I'm gonna look in my backpack and
he
show him
starts
the other scimitar.
shaking his hands like no.
Okay.
And then gestures back at the
You need
sword,
someone killed.
and then chop motion.
Okay, but I just before I answer.
Does
him,
anyone have a shield, by
I-
the way?
Yes,
Yeah,
I have a
you-
buckler, but it's
Yeah,
in the
he's-
Okay.
backpack.
He would. Oh,
Yeah,
it's in
he's
the backpack.
good.
Well, never mind.
How
Just
big
before-
is your backpack? You have 2 swords and a shield in your backpack?
And a
No,
cleric's
just-
kid.
And
One
a
of
cleric
us-
kit?
It was a nice backpack, but
It
like
wasn't-
Must have been-
it was
wasn't
almost- it was a blessed backpack, but I look over to, because like I've noticed all this happening. I look over to Zach, and I just raise an eyebrow in a very clear arch, and then I look back at the creature and go, "Who do you want dead?"
I'm gonna say, get the scimitar. I'm gonna.
It-
oh,
it-
looky! I found a buckler.
Hammond puts his hands kind of up in like a V formation. I don't have a great way to describe this. Perhaps we'll
Yeah,
go
no, I
with
get
the
it.
T-Rex moment, right? You know what I'm talking about? That T-Rex motion people do?
Let
Oh,
me just
Mhm.
let me draw
Okay.
free hands. So I'll just be like, "There's my man. There's his legs," and then he's like, "Rrrr, rrrr." Like that.
I see one arm.
It's
They
two
would both be
arms, that's
facing.
fine.
I just think the other arm just popped in.
Oh,
We're gonna do two. Just do another person. They'll do it in darker color so I can kind of see it. And then like one of the arms is rar and rar, and he
There's a
like opens
monster.
his mouth rar,
Oh, I see, like that.
and then he starts
I
spitting.
point. I point towards the forest.
So I make put my hand about knee height, and look at him,
No, shakes his head.
and then I put it about my height.
Yes.
Oh, so not the little ones we killed the other day.
So one
It
of the
Probably
parents-
whatever toyed with them.
Oh,
And
so
then he
you can
kind of
actually-
gestures at you. You're not quite sure what this gesture is, right? Just something with his hands. And then he kind of gets on all fours and starts slinking around the area and spitting again.
I mean,
Hmm.
clearly wants it to kill something that's been terrorizing them.
We do know it spits some molten, like, substance that causes lava to form on the ground. I mean,
The
that.
little ones, yeah.
Oh, the little ones do. Do you think the big ones do as well?
I have no clue what the
Well,
big ones do. Or even if it's the same thing. It could be something else that spits and looks like the same general shape.
And so
Really?
at this point, he's now also doing on all fours as of a different type of creature and spitting again. And then he kind of
Two
stands
dead
up,
creatures?
and he stands on his tiptoes, and he like puts his arms above his head and tries to like roar.
Well, okay. I look at him, and I point to him in the big shape, and I put my fingers up to kind of say how many. 1, 2,
Shrugs.
3, 5.
Shrugs.
More than 5.
But he goes back to the backpack and he picks it up, and kind of
Yeah.
motions to you to take it,
Yeah. Okay. I put
and
my
then
hand out.
kind of like
So-
gestures with a hand under his head, and then tries to like hold up the top of his robe with the other hand.
What, like in a flashy kind of thing? He's not
Hmm,
about to expose himself, is he?
No.
Okay, I'm just
This
checking.
isn't this
Carry
isn't
on.
Clois, the sexual predator computer.
Like, that was some that was some dodgy ground that the other day.
Okay, so back on point. Gives you the backpack. Starts miming a cutting motion under his neck, and,
Yep.
and puts his hand on top of his head, where the top of the robe is, and kind of pulls on the robe a little bit.
Okay.
And at you.
I'm not getting it. I know.
He
Do you
goes
put
into
your
the
camera-
back
why
of
don't
the
you show
yard.
me?
Goes in the back of the yard
But you,
and points
I think
out
you should put your
some
camera on
stuff.
and show me.
Put your camera
would
on
probably-
to show me. I don't have
Yeah,
the
I would
camera.
probably get it straight away if you just put your camera on. Just show me
Probably.
in the.
I don't have my camera with me. But alright, so back on point.
Oh,
he goes into the
convenient.
backyard, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And do you all follow him? Because he's pointing at something.
I'm
Yeah.
following.
I'm following.
As,
I'm
as you
looking
go out
where
into
he's
the
pointing.
backyard, it's a little bit worse, the stench. There's a vat of chemicals that's kind of like bubbling away. A couple other things happening. But what he points at are some bleached skulls that are kind of sitting nearby.
Yeah.
What do they look like?
Canine?
I think he means he wants us to kill these.
Well,
That
they're
works.
already dead.
And he goes
No,
over and he
kill more
picks
of them.
out about 3 of them. And he sets them aside and comes back and grabs the backpack from your hand and takes it over and puts it next to the 3 skulls.
Alright.
So this is what the backpack is made of. Or we get 3 skulls for 1 backpack.
I think he means we need to kill a few of these in order to get the backpack.
And then he
Alright.
brings the backpack back over to you and gives it to you.
So I need three dead creatures for a backpack. But can I have the backpack in the meantime? Because I'm kind of going to need it, I think.
Well, he gave it back to you.
Okay, I've slung it on my back and nodded my head.
And
We'll
he
kill
bows.
3 of these creatures. Do we get anything else? I mean,
Kind
is
of
it
like
just
brushes you out
backpack?
of the place. You see a couple other people like him running around the place trying to do some work. And you're starting to
Oh.
kind of get in their way. So he's trying to like mime you out of the place.
I start pointing directions and then looking at him as if to which way do we go.
Kind of go points
way.
west and
Alright.
shrugs.
I
Alright.
start walking west.
Yep, let's go.
Where it is? Let's go. Let's start going towards the forest.
Okay. There are trees all around, but it's definitely getting thicker the farther west you go. Although I'm not really looking at the time right now, so if you all need to stop at any point, you let me know. That's okay.
It's 11 o'clock in the evening here, so
It's midnight over here.
So if you need to stop,
just at
that's
10 o'clock.
okay.
I could
I
go
can
for
go.
about. I have at least half an hour more. I could go for, and that's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, half an hour is it?
Okay.
Alex, are you good?
Yeah, yeah.
So moving west, the tree's getting a little bit denser. You're not really having a goal in mind of where you're going.
Might not know
I-
where I'm going, but I'm appreciating my new backpack.
mhm.
I
That
try
smells like
looking
lavender.
for
I
tracks.
do believe a Masterwork backpack does either a +1 or a +2 to strength. I'd have to go double check. For as much as what you can carry, it just fits nicely in it.
Oh, it doesn't give me a general +1 or +2. It just gives me a
Maybe
+1 or 2 for carrying
carrying
it.
Yes,
capacity, yeah.
right.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. Oh, it's nice when you're trying to carry stuff.
Yes.
But back on point. Nothing happens as you
What
kind
else
of
do
move
they use a
west,
backpack for?
but you come across an orchard, and there are a bunch of these people picking various fruit and whatnot. You'll see a couple patches of vegetable and other sundry items growing nearby.
I nod at them as we pass by.
They nod back.
So
seem to
which direction
say
are we
something
going?
at you. You think it's that word for shaper again.
Towards the dragon.
And I'll just hold my hand up and wave slightly.
You are currently. This will be kind of the last time I really gesture with the map. After this, it's all on you guys. So about right there.
Oh, we went backwards.
Yeah,
Well-
we're going into the tree line.
Yeah, here you're moving west. So right
Where
there,
I think,
you had been here.
yeah.
Oh, so
I
we're
think the
moving
general
towards...
idea is for us to try to head here.
Oh, I thought we'd gone there. We weren't following this
No, 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 no.
guy. Okay.
We were like over here-ish
Yeah.
somewhere.
We were still there,
Mm-hmm.
and we're now there at the tree line.
Yep.
Because I thought when we were at this guy's shop, I thought we were
You see
here.
a couple
No.
boxes nearby, kind of in between the trees and whatnot.
Here. Okay, cool.
Kind of where the orchard is. All of the people kind of avoid the boxes for the most part. They may approach one to kind of check on it, but that's about it before they kind of move off.
I mean, it's either mushrooms or compost, one of the two.
Could it have some
Give me a
canisters
perception
in?
check.
Could it? Definitely. Yes!
I can make checks. Look at me.
Dave notices some bees kind of going into one.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, we could get some honey.
That means it might
if
have
you're
meat.
feeling Oh.
Well, anyway, as you move farther west, you're kind of getting to the tail end of the orchard, and you notice that's a rather odd thing, but there's a breeding pen to the north side. And a single old servile sitting on a chair next to it. He has a little, like, pitcher of something next to him by his feet, and a cup. And he's just staring out into this yard that's empty. A couple bowls here and there, some sticks.
I don't know, guys. This kind of looks suspicious to me. What do you think?
What, the guy? He's just
Yeah.
sitting there drinking probably some liquor and spacing out.
I say we loot his liquor.
So you all
Well, I don't want
approach
to
him.
nick it, but we could have a taste.
I
We
mean,
just want to check it's not
As you
poisonous.
approach, he kind of holds up his cup and the pitcher towards you all.
Oh, what a nice man. Can
Very
I
good.
offer him a coin?
Kind of shrugs and takes the coin. So if you try the liquid, yes?
I don't try I don't try the liquid.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Is anybody else?
I haven't heard anyone else try it. So, I mean, he
Want
just
to
got paid
try
a
it?
coin
Yeah,
for nothing.
I had muted my mic. I take a cup out of my backpack and
Ah,
I point it to
he
him.
pours you a cup.
I was gonna say, I'll accept the cup to take a drink.
Alright, pours you a cup as well. It's water.
Nod at him.
Awesome.
Delicious.
I say thank you.
Nods at you, puts it down, and goes back to looking at the yard. You're now standing close enough. You see that there's pieces of fruit in a couple of the bowls, and some of the bowls have water. You also
Alright.
see those same, well, one of those sticks again. The stick with almost a rosebud at one end.
What
In
could
this
it
case,
be
the bud
for?
would be purple, and there are a few leaves kind of sticking off on the various parts. There's about 7 of these scattered around the little fenced-in area.
Do they look like they're growing out of the ground, or are they just sticks?
Just sitting on the ground. Well,
Alright.
laying on the ground.
I attempt to pick one of them.
You'd have to go into the pen.
Oh,
I just look at him and the motion at him.
Yes?
I look at the old guy and look
No,
at
I
the...
mean, like, he kind of,
stick.
like, yes? Looks at you.
I look at him, tilt my head to the side, and shrug.
What?
I like tilt my head to the side and then shrug at him, like with a look of confusion on my face.
Kind of shrugs back. I'm confused at what your purpose is here, so you
I'm
just
trying to,
shrugged
like,
at a guy
indicate that
randomly.
I don't know. Like I said,
mean, if
I try to like indicate that I don't know what they are somehow.
If we only brought a universal translator, that would
Alright.
make things so much easier.
So sad Chloe didn't come with.
So if you want, I can try and make some kind of like ability check to try and.
Do you want to go with perhaps a charisma check? See if you can communicate in some way?
I can try it.
Sure.
I mean, considering I got a +0, that's really good.
I can
Yeah,
try it
he
diplomacy.
kind of stands up and unsteadily, clearly he's kind of old, unsteadily goes towards a bush nearby. And you see that the bush is growing these really massive thorns on various parts of it.
Which bush?
Just one of the bush outside the little area.
This
And-
bush.
Huh? Bush?
Oh, you don't see it on the map.
This bush.
Oh, not a
This
specific
bush?
bush. This is the map is
Ah.
very rough. It's on a very large scale, right?
Huh.
So
Okay,
again,
okay.
you're in between the main forest and the building there, that outpost. So it's
Okay.
kind of like a rough estimate of where you're at. Don't assume there's like an individual level of things. But anyway, as I said, so there's this bush nearby, has thorns. These thorns are about the size of your fist. Okay? And he
Yeah.
walks over and he pulls one of the thorns off. And he comes over and hands it to you. And he points at the thing on the ground. And he points at the thorn.
I'll pick one up.
You want to go pick one up?
Is